Hello and welcome back to Chelsea Lee Reads. Today we're talking about what I read in January and what I have planned for February. I'm so excited. I had a great reading month in January. I read 5 books, which was way more than I thought I was actually going to get to. Of course, Onyx Storm came out. So I had to reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. So my first book of January was Fourth Wing. 5 stars again. I forgot how much I loved Tairn, and man, I just fell in love with him all over again. I know he's a dragon. It's okay. We listen and we don't judge, right? I'm just kidding. But Fourth Wing was my first book of January, and it was wonderful, and I loved it. After that, I was like, I need something not Empyrean to sort of like get out of the world for just a minute. So I picked up The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer. This was not at all what I was expecting. I've read The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer, and I really loved it. And this was very much in that same realm, but completely different all at the same time. I loved this world. I loved the characters. I loved the story. Like, it was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. All right, and then I lied to you. Before I read the, well, I guess it was in tandem because I was listening to Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Loved it. Oh my gosh, such a great story. Like, okay, it was romance. It's a little cheesy, but I really, really enjoyed the banter and the wittiness of the characters, and it was just really great. It was so sweet. It was the epitome of if he wanted to, he would, and I just really loved it. I think I also gave it 5 stars. It's either 4 or 5. I'll put in here what I actually gave it. And then I started Iron Flame to get back into Empyrean. This book is so big. I mostly read it on my Kindle because this book is so big and I hate reading hardback books, but ironically, all of the books I read this month were hardbacks. Anyways, I have not finished it, but I've already read it, so like I know what's happening. If you know, you know. I got like halfway through before I read Onyx Storm. When I tell you, after I finished this book, I sat and stared at the wall for a good, 15 minutes. Yeah, that happened. And this book was so good. It was so good. I gave it 5 stars. I know people are like, the first 7 chapters, I don't know anybody or what's happening or anything like that. I'm like, well, you should have gone and listened to Fantasy Fangirls recap on both of them because it was perfect and exactly what you needed for a recap. They're wonderful. I love Lexi and Nicole, and they're just freaking hilarious. So they're going to start a deep dive of Onyx Storm, and I cannot wait to hear their theories and all of the lore that they find and the secret swirls in in this book. And it was just wonderful. It was exactly what I needed after the cliffhanger that was Iron Flame. And I just, yay. And then I read First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. This was not at all what I was expecting. I gave it 4 stars, 4.5-ish. I went into it pretty blind. I knew she wasn't technically who she said she was. We have an unreliable narrator. But then it got a little twist, a third of the way through, and it's just not what I was expecting. And then, of course, as a thriller does, it just continued to twist. And it was really great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I read that this was her first, like, adult novel. She's written young adult stuff before. I could be so wrong, but I believe it's her. Did I read that in here? Where did I read it? I might have read it on Goodreads. Yes, she's written 6 young adult novels, and this is her first adult novel, which, great job. Yay, go you, Ashley. Woohoo, keep doing it. If you write more, I'll read them. First Lie Wins was also the book I read to complete Books and Lala, the buzzword challenge. The word was Truth or Lies, and First Lie Wins, so that was completed. I meant to read The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Lori R. King for the cover challenge, which was patterns because of the beehive pattern. I did not get to this. However, Onyx, did I put Onyx Storm or Fourth Wing? Let me look. I put Onyx Storm as the cover pattern because it's got enough of a pattern, I think, in the cool thingy on the cover, I don't know what to call it, to make it a pattern. So I'm going to count it as completed. Sorry if you don't think it works, but as she says, my challenge, my rules, and I can do what I want. All right, so that was my January, and it was great. I really had a great reading month, and I have a few things that I want to read, and then I have a video project idea, which you will get to see the first part of in this video. So here we go. As you can see behind my head, this shelf is what I'm assuming is all of my romance novels. I Goodreads checked these ones that are turned around. And if romance wasn't one of the first 3, like, classifications, I guess, then I took it off the shelf. But these are all romances in the first 3 classifications, like historical fiction, fantasy, all of those things down, like, a third of the page of Goodreads, the page of what? Down a third of the page of each of the books Goodreads page. I think that's what I mean. So what I'm planning is for the week of Valentine's Day, or the video that I put out the week of Valentine's Day, is I read fantasy and tell you what I think. No. Let's try that again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 4 from these 34 that are on the shelf. And I'm going to read them. And the video that I put out Valentine's week is going to be, I read romance and here's what I think. Like, random romance reading. Ooh, I sort of like that. I just came up with it. So what I'm going to do, I pulled up a random number generator on my computer, and I'm going to pick 4, because I think that's really all I can get to this month, or in the next 2 weeks, and also edit the video to make it make sense. It's because I also have On Mystic Lake by Kristen Hanna that I want to read for Books and Lala, because it has a water word, lake, and it has a skyline. So it fits both of those prompts, both the word and the cover, in one book. I was really, really excited to find a book that fit both prompts. So I will read this in February. I'm also reading All My Rage by Saba Tahir. I believe that's who it is. One moment. Oh, I didn't write it down. But I'm pretty sure it's All My Rage by Saba Tahir for one of my in-person book clubs, and Happily Never After for one of my online book clubs. And I'll put that up here. And I don't remember the author's name right off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. Here comes the random romance reading picks. So as you can see, there's books and then there's books behind. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then in the back. So 1 out of 1 through 34. And I'm going to click. I'm going to click it 3 times each time I choose a number, because sometimes I don't feel like these random number generators are actually random. So here's 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, great. Number 2. So 1, 2. It is Rescue Me by Sarah Manning. I got this at, we have like a big discount book warehouse near us, and I got this there, I think. And so I don't know anything about it. I mean, there's dogs. I love dogs. Awesome. But I'm going to go into these mostly blind. So this is pick number 1. So now that I've picked 1, I need to change my number from 1 to 34 to 1 to 33. So I'm doing that. 1 to 33. 1 to 33. Clicking 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Will They or Won't They by Ava Wilder. Again, don't know anything about it. I'm assuming they're an on-again, off-again couple. We'll see how correct I am. So this is number 2 for the random romance reads. Changing it from 1 to 33 to 1 to 32. 1, 2, 3. Number 7. This is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. This is book number 3 for the random romance reads. Now I'm changing it from 1 to 32 to 1 to 31. And I know I said 4. I'm going to do 5. Just to give me a little backup. So 1, 2, 3 is number 22. 22. This is Crazy Stupid Bromance by Lissa K. Adams. This is number 3 in the Bromance Book Club series. I've loved number 1 and 2. I loved number 1 and 2. The Bromance Book Club, and I don't remember what the second one is. Undercover Bromance. Undercover Bromance is the first one. No, it's the second one. Wow, let's try this again. Crazy Stupid Bromance is number 3 in the Bromance Book Club series. So the number 1 is Bromance Book Club and the second one is Undercover Bromance, and I really enjoyed both of those, so I'm excited that this is on the list. So this is number 4 for the random romance reads. Now I'm changing it from 1 to 30. Yeah. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Is number 1. Okay, I'm not mad at it. The Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. This is the second book in the Yours Truly. Yes, Yours Truly sort of trilogy thing. I know they're not like, the characters are interconnected and they're like different stories, so, but I like to read books. I like to read series like that in order anyways. So this is number 2, and this is on the list for the random romance reads. All right. This is my stack for my Valentine's week video. We have Rescue Me by Sarah Manning, Will They or Won't They by Ava Wilder, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, Crazy Stupid Bromance by Lissa K. Adams, and The Happy Ever After Playlist by Abby Jimenez. So these I'll read, or I'll at least start, and let you know how it goes. I'll do like a little sort of reading vlog, and it'll be my first one, and I'm so excited. Yay! Yay, romance! I like romance. It's probably like my second or third most read genre. Fantasy being probably the first, and thriller being in there. Thriller, mystery, suspense being in there as well. Probably number 3. But I'm really excited for February's reads. I'll also throw in the Happily Never After in that reading vlog. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit, with a little bit of a different angle. This book lover sweatshirt is from a company online that I can't remember the name of, but I will put it in the description if they are still available, so I'll put it down there. And this mug is from Target a little while ago. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and I'll see you next time.